Hello, hello, hello. This is Pamela Sharp, and this is my Thursday evening Facebook Live broadcast. Hello, everybody. I know it takes a while for people to find out that I'm on or to just log in. So I'm going to recap last week's points that I made. And then I'm going to get into this week's points. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? It's Thursday, Facebook Live with Pamela Sharp. I am the Imposter Eradicator, and I am here to talk to you about how to get unstuck and to let you know the things that you're doing that keep you stuck and how you can get unstuck. Hey, girl, what is up? It is so nice to see you, or not see you, but you see me. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing? I'm trying to look at both of my screens because for some reason, sometimes I can't see the comments. So if you have any comments, please make the comments. I messed up. Because for some reason, sometimes. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. All right, so look. I'm Pamela Sharp. I am a business and life coach, and what I do is I help people to get over imposter syndrome, and that is the inability to celebrate themselves, to acknowledge their success, the fear of moving forward, fear of being successful. You don't acknowledge it. You don't know how to break the cycle, the pain, the story that you're living in. And so what I do is I help you to get out of that cycle so that you can start living your life, make your money, be happy, find love, peace, and happiness. So last week I gave you 10 reasons why you were stuck and what you can do to get out of it. And I'm going to briefly go over those, and then I'm going to go into the next, I believe it's only 7 tips left. So the first reason was that you don't honor yourself. You don't spend time telling yourself that you love yourself. You don't spend time recognizing the wonderful, miraculous, magical person that you are. You don't even stand in your own power. You are so busy living in your story that you don't understand that you have the power to move forward to make your life whatever you want your life to be. It's up to you. You don't realize that God gave you a strength, gave you everything you needed to move forward. The second tip was that you don't practice gratitude. You don't wake up in the morning being happy that you're alive. You don't wake up and acknowledge God and all the wonder that is around you. You don't wake up just being in gratitude for everything that you have, how little you have, how much you have. Just start practicing gratitude in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, and you will see that your life will be different. I am not lying. This practice alone will turn your life around each and every day. Don't be half grateful. Be grateful, period, for whatever you have, because you know, and I know, that there are people who would trade places with you in a minute. So start being grateful for everything you have. Hey, Eric, how you doing? The third tip is you don't wake up with a smile. You should spend your day looking for reasons to smile. When I wake up every morning, I make myself have a smile, because once you smile, you feel better. You feel better about whatever is going on in your life. It will wipe out the negative, because truth be told, this is a law. A positive and a negative cannot exist in the same space. And so if you are practicing trying to be more grateful, trying to be positive, you will see that a lot of the negative stuff starts washing off, just going away. It doesn't have any place in your life. You bring that story to your life, so you have the power to let that story go. You don't have to think those thoughts. You have a choice. Start exercising your choices. The fourth tip was you don't make time for God. Eric, what I'm doing is I'm going over everything that I went over last week so that I can get into the tips that I have for this week. So the fourth tip was you don't make time for God. So many of us, the only time we make time for God is on Sunday when you go to church. Well, really, come on, let's be real. You need to make time for God every single day, as many times a day as you possibly can. Not just when you go to church, but when you wake up, when you go to bed, when you eat, when you go to the bathroom. I'm telling you, every time I go to the bathroom, I thank God. Thank you, Lord. just be grateful and thank God. Make time for God. Take 5 minutes in the morning to do a quick meditation, and it will change your day. Do the same thing before bed. That way you let go of everything that went on during the day so that you can clear your mind and open up yourself to allow God to bring miracles into your life. If you're asking for things, if you're looking for things to happen in your life and you're trying to do things, well, then you need to start learning how to consult God and allow God to work in and through you. Otherwise, you are just living and you're not allowing the universe and God or Allah or whatever you call it to bless you with all of the things that you're seeking. The fifth thing, which I think is very important, and most of us don't do because we have forgotten that this was important or no one ever told us it was important, and that is to breathe. Lord have mercy. We spend our day not taking deep breaths. Breathing deeply is, I'm not going to say it's like exercise, but it is like exercise because it allows all of the oxygen, good oxygen, to come into your system and to clean out the old. And when you breathe, you can breathe in happiness, positivity, love, peace, joy, and you can let go of all of the negativity that you've been holding on. If you think about it during the day, think about how you breathe. Most of us breathe like this. Short breaths. Start practicing taking long 3-4 seconds in, 3 to 4 seconds out. You will notice a difference in your life. You'll have more energy. You'll have more clarity. And a lot of times it'll give you time to think about things that you usually don't think about, like somebody's getting on your nerves, you can let it go. And I have to do that, especially when I'm driving, because if anybody knows me, I'm a kind of aggressive driver. The next thing was that you stop trusting yourself because you are so busy living life, or allowing life to live you, that you have forgot how to live life. And when you live life, you live by your intuition, you live by your instincts, which is when you allowing spirit to speak to you, live through you, you make better decisions. And that is what your intuition does for you. A lot of times you get answers to your prayers, you get answers to questions that you're asking. It comes to you, but then you overthink it and you try to be all in your ego, thinking that you know better than what spirit has for you. Start trusting your intuition and start making choices based on that intuition. I know me personally, there have been lots of times where I did not trust my intuition in relationships, in business decisions, jobs, you name it. There have been times where I thought I knew better than the answer that I got because I was either afraid or thought I knew more, and I didn't pursue it. And it wasn't like it was detrimental to my health or my welfare or whatever, but I could have had a better outcome had I trust my intuition and follow God's plan for me. The eighth thing is something that we do, and some of us do it unconsciously. We don't even realize we're doing it, is that we spend too much time judging, criticizing, and condemning others. Look, we all know we live in a world where it's me, a world where you want to be, so many people have to belong. And if you're not part of this circle, if you're not this religion, if you're not this fraternity, sorority, if you're not this club, this group, blah, 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 whatever, let people be them. Everybody has their own journey. And you have yours. If you're so busy on somebody else's journey thinking you know what's right for somebody else, you can't even live your own life. Like they say, when you're pointing at somebody, there's a finger pointing back at you. So when you're judging and criticizing and condemning somebody else, it's usually, if you look deep within, there's something within yourself that you need to correct. So start looking at yourself and stop judging people. Allow people to be who they are. Allow situations to unfold. 9 is you allow others to drain your happiness. Hey, let's face it. Some people we call friends, they may be friends in their own way, but they may not be right for you. So if you're around people who are draining you, people who after you talk to them, you're tired or you're depressed or you just don't want to talk to them, don't. You have a choice. You don't have to allow that person to come into your life and do it, right? Thank you, Roger. How you doing? You don't have to. You don't have to allow that person. And it doesn't, and stop using the Bible to allow yourself to be walked on, trampled on, talked down to, your dream snatched from you. None of that is true. God wants you to be happy and have the best life possible that you can have. And if that means cutting people out, even if it's your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your aunt, your grandmother, whoever it is that is not honoring you, you need to let them go. Whoever it is who is not your champion, you need to let them go. The 10th one was that you're surrounded by people who are unhappy. Notice the people you're with. If the people you're with are unhappy or people who are not in situations that you would like yourself to be in. Hey, baby, that's my nephew. Hey, sweetie. If you're around people who are not in situations that I'm not going to say you approve of, but situations that you would not want to be in. If you're not around people who are doing better than you or living life, who are more spiritual, who are about more progressive, you need to look at that. If you're around people who are unhappy and all they do is struggle, all they do is complain, negativity, all of that comes into you. That's zapping your energy. Start surrounding yourself with people who you want to be around. When you think about your life and where you want to be, start looking for those types of people to hang around. I was listening to Jim Rohn the other day, and he told Tony Robbins when he was young, Tony Robbins said he wanted to be rich. He wanted to be at the top of his game. Jim Rohn said you need to start hanging around with rich people so that you can learn how rich people think and act. And that's what you need to do. You need to find people who are the type of people who you imagine yourself being with and start surrounding yourself with those people. Nobody says you have to keep hanging out with your homeboys just because they're your homeboys. If your homeboys ain't about doing it, then you got to let them go. The same thing for our homegirls. If they're not trying to do anything to better them life, then you got to move on. You can only help people when you help yourself. So help yourself to a better life and start moving into where you want to be. All right, so that was tip number 10. Tip number 11, and this is a new one, not from last week, is that you don't honor your body. Okay, I have been, that's me. Sometimes I haven't been honoring my body. I after I had surgery, I just didn't have the motivation to keep up with my exercise and making sure I was eating right and all this kind of stuff. And so now I have to rebuild my body because look, it's up to you. This is the only body you have. Every choice you make, you made that choice. Your body didn't fail you. You failed it. So you need to think about what you put in it, and you need to think about how you exercise. You need to think about the things that you do each and every day. And that also means your mental state. Because look, what you think, your body is gonna react to that. If you're always in the negative, your body is gonna react to that. If you're sitting around saying, "Oh, my mother had high blood pressure, so I'm gonna have high blood pressure." Hell yeah, you're gonna have high blood pressure. So stop thinking that your thoughts and your words are not important, because every word and every thought, every word that come out of your mouth is important. God made everything with a word. Think about it. So all your words are important. So stop negatively criticizing yourself, saying negative things. And you don't have to have the same health that your mother, your grandmother, and all of those other people had. Just because every time you see something, black people have the highest incidence of this. The reason we have the highest incidence is because we're not taking care of our bodies. You're going to have it if you don't do what you need to do for your body. Hey, Herm, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. So that's tip number 11. So you don't honor your body. Start taking care of your body. I don't care what you do. If you just say, I'm going to start drinking 8 glasses of water and do a HIIT exercise every morning for 10 minutes. Do something for you. Start honoring your body. Get a massage if you need to get a massage. Just get up in the morning and stretch. You know, while you're saying your morning prayers, just say your morning prayers with a stretch. But you need to start honoring your body. As adults, we need to get it together, because there's too many of us who are walking around here that are 40 and 50 looking like you're 60, 70, and 80. Let's get it together. Honor your body, honor your mind. Start being more cognizant of what you put in and what you need to take out. You don't love yourself. Look, I talk to sisters about this all the time. You brothers, it's a little hard to talk to you about this, but this is the truth. You know what? God is love. So if God is love and God has individualized itself in us, then that means we are love. And so you can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself. And you all really need to think about what love is. Love is not, I need you. Okay? It's not, I need somebody. Love doesn't hurt. Love is not eating the whole damn package of cookies or putting 5 sugars in your coffee. You're not loving yourself. We need to start loving ourselves like we love that man or woman or your children or your best friend that you treat very well. You need to start treating yourself like you are the best thing on earth. And everything you do, you need to start treating yourself like you're important. And I'm not saying this just to be saying anything, but some of us need to let go of the BS that we're still holding on to, so that we can start loving ourselves and start treating ourselves like we are the best person on earth. Love yourself, hug yourself, treat yourself out to a nice dinner. Stop buying the cheap stuff all the time. Treat yourself. Start treating yourself like you love yourself. Start treating yourself like you treat that person that you love. The next tip is that you are uninspired by your surroundings. Let's face it. Some of us just come home and we live in a blah. Start surrounding yourself with things you love. Start putting up pictures that you like to see. Spend a little bit of money on your surroundings so that you can be happier when you're in your surroundings. Because look, your home is your castle. And that's your peaceful haven. And that's a place where you meditate and you allow all the stress and everything from the day to just move out. Start treating yourself and your surroundings with love. I make sure I buy myself flowers every week because I don't have a man to buy my flowers every week. And if I did, I would still buy myself flowers. You know why? Because I love flowers. I keep pictures of people that I love. I make sure I have the colors that I love in my house. Every time when I go out spend my little shopping spree, I buy something for my house. Just because I like to have the surroundings that I'm in to be comfortable. You guys got to start doing this. Your home is your solitude, is your castle, is your peaceful haven. And if you're starting to meditate and allow God in and all that stuff, you're going to want God to be in a place that is representative of you. So you need to start thinking about that. The next thing is you don't allow people to be who they are. That goes back to the judgment, criticism, condemnation, and all of that stuff. Look, you are you. They are who they are. And I am who I am. Allow me to be me. Just because you don't like the dress I'm wearing, so what? I may not like the one you're wearing, but guess what? I didn't buy it. So allow people to be who they are. These young people out here, we know they're different from, us. We come from a different time. But guess what? If you sit in condemnation and criticism of other people, what does that make you? So allow people to be who they are. Allow them to live their journey. If any of you out there are parents, we all know that at some point we got to step back and we have to allow our children to go down the path that they're going down. And that goes with everybody. Allow them to be who they are. They'll be all right. That's their journey. We all are here on a journey. The next thing is you are a control freak. So that just comes in many forms, and I really think that doesn't need a lot of explanation. Look, you can't control anybody, or you can't control every situation. As you start loving yourself, as you start relaxing and allowing God to speak to you and through you, you're gonna let some of that go. But just realize you don't have to control every situation. I had to tell somebody the other day, and they were complaining about their man and how he's this and that, and he doesn't do this, that, and another. Look, hey, if you love him, you're going to love him in the package that he came to you in. And when you love people, you allow them to be who they are unconditionally. Not that you have to fix them, change them, or anything. And that's what you just have to do. Stop being a control freak. You can't control every situation. Now, the situations that you're supposed to control, like things on your job and at home, paying your bills and stuff like that, continue to do those things that you need to do. But stop trying to control everything and everybody, because you're only stressing yourself out. Let it go. Live in the flow, not in flux. Stop being stressed out because you're trying to control the whole situation. Allow people to be who they are. Allow situations to play out. Allow God to work through some of those situations sometimes. Sometimes you're not even allowing God to just let things go. You got so many high expectations that nobody can live up to it. Stop being a control freak. The next one is that you hold on to negative emotions from the past. This one, y'all, look. The past is the past. Yesterday is gone. The day before yesterday is gone. Last year is gone. The stuff that happened to you when you were a child, it's gone. There's nothing you can do about that. Forgive, move on, and let go. We have to start letting go. Nobody can really have any power over you unless you give it to them. So stop giving your power away. Let go of the past. Let go of these negative emotions that hold you back, that keep you in fear, that keep you all frustrated, that keep you trying to prove something to somebody else. Let it go. Just let it go. Try to surround yourself with positive emotions. Just start looking at things from a different perspective. Flip the script. Do what you need to do so that you can be happy, because it's all about your happiness. Yes, it is all about you, and don't let nobody else tell you it's not all about you. Not in an egotistical way, but it is all about you, because only you can control your life. Only you have the power to determine the direction in which you're moving, in which you're going to go. So if you keep allowing other people's old crap, all these old stories to move you, then you're not living your life. You're allowing somebody else to control you. I always say forgiveness is freedom. Whether you think they deserve it or not, you give them forgiveness, because forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. You have to forgive them, and you have to forgive yourself. And if anybody's been through a bad relationship, a divorce, any kind of hurt, any kind of trauma, forgiveness is for you. It allows you to cleanse your soul so that you can move forward, so that you can start being the best person that you can be, so that you can start loving yourself and loving others, so that you can start achieving the things that you want to achieve, so that you can start focusing on the future, the present, and not living in the past. So those are the top. So far there was 16. The last one I had is really something that I know works for me, and that is listening to good music. Music has a vibration that can lift you up or take you down. So you need to start listening to music that lifts you up. We all have our favorite songs. We all have our favorite beats and things that really get us in the groove and make us happy. Try to listen to some music every day. Allow your mind to just drift off into the good feelings. Dance, get up and dance. There's your exercise. Even if you just dance to one song, just get up and dance to that. Music has so many healing properties. Remember, we're all made of energy, and those vibrations are everywhere. And if you allow that negative energy to keep bombarding you and not having anything to propel it off, then all you do is hold in all that negativity. So these things will help you to release it. So if you didn't hear the beginning of it, I went through all of the tips. I gave a total of probably 17 or 18 tips to counteract why you're stuck. And if you have any questions about why you're stuck, or if you're interested in coaching, give me a DM. I can be found on Pam Sharp Love and Life on Facebook or Miss Sharp at yahoo.com. I'm Pamela Sharp, business and life coach. Thank you so much for spending 30 minutes with me, getting these wonderful tips. Peace and blessings. Have an awesome weekend. I hope you get a nice long one and a happy 4th of July. God bless. Bye-bye.